We have entered the new decade, Vegas style.
When we signed off on this night last year, none of us could have imagined we'd be where we are tonight.
Thank you so much for tuning in and helping us ring in 2020. We had plans to do it bigger and better than ever. But 2020 had other plans.
Casino closure involves every casino in the state of Nevada.
A global pandemic flipped the switch on the Strip. Now we're ready for a comeback like no other as new hope arrives in these tiny vials.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
We're all getting through this together, celebrating new beginnings with comedians, cocktails, Vegas headliners, and you. All socially distanced, of course.
Hey, everybody, this is Nick Carter.
My name is Ron Bogey with Chippendales.
Hi, this is Wayne Newton.
So, as we say goodbye to 2020, sit back, relax, release, and get ready to ring in 2021.
Live from the News 3 studios, this is Celebrate Las Vegas 2021, sponsored by the Las Vegas Athletic Clubs.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us as we say good riddance to a very challenging 2020 and welcome in a brand new year, brand new start. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Snyder.
And I'm Marie Mortera. We've adjusted our annual tradition of being live out there on the Strip in the middle of the action. Instead, we're in studio with plenty of distance between us.
Hey, you adjust. That's what you do this year, right? And as you stay cozy in your homes tonight, let's take a moment to appreciate all of the challenges we have made it through as a community in 2020.
Just 9 days into the new year, the World Health Organization put out the first alert on a new virus causing pneumonia-like symptoms in Wuhan, China. Less than 2 weeks later, on January 21st, the first U.S. case confirmed in Washington state. From there, the bad news went from a trickle to a flood by early March. Our world changed at a head-spinning pace. On the 5th, the first COVID case confirmed in Southern Nevada. 6 days later, the virus hits the NBA, the season suspended. The next day, the NHL follows suit, stopping the Vegas Golden Knights' promising season with just 4 games left before the playoffs. March 15th, the Wynn and MGM resort companies voluntarily closed their Las Vegas properties. The same day, Governor Sisolak closes Nevada schools. 2 days later, he shuts down most of the economy, ordering all casinos and non-essential businesses in the state to close. I shot this eerie scene that day, St. Patrick's Day, walking through the Wynn Resort, which should have been packed for the party, totally deserted just before the doors were locked. Within hours, close to 250,000 locals are out of work, which overwhelms the system meant to help the unemployed. Phone lines jam, online portals crash, leaving families desperate for help and anxious about basic supplies to stay at home, runs on toilet paper and cleaning supplies. Help came from the compassion, resilience, and creativity our Vegas Strong community always musters whenever challenging times hit. Starting with small gestures, like these wedding planners giving unused flowers away for free.
Gives you a little bit of light for your day when you're unsure of really what's going on.
Just hang in there. We're all in this together.
Resort companies gave away their unused stockpiles of food to locals in need.
Many of these seniors can't get out. They may be homebound, and we want to make sure that we're getting food into their hands.
Others worked to feed the soul, like this group that found a creative way to celebrate high school seniors when graduation ceremonies were canceled. Summer brought some progress for our biggest industry. The resort's allowed to reopen on June 4th. As the long year dragged on, we even had some things to cheer. The Vegas Golden Knights hit the ice again for the playoffs, dominating the early rounds before getting knocked out by the Dallas Stars in mid-September.
Here's Carr.
A week later, the first home game at the brand new Allegiant Stadium for our new NFL team. With no fans in the stands, the Las Vegas Raiders beat the New Orleans Saints. And as 2020 drew to a close, new hope arrived for a brighter future in 2021. The first doses of COVID vaccine given to frontline healthcare workers at UMC and other local hospitals.
Now, the Moderna version of the vaccine is available along with the Pfizer version. More than 40,000 doses shipped to Southern Nevada so far, with more on the way as we head into 2021. And by the way, we've been doing some research. Nevada, Wyoming, and Utah turn out to have the lowest rates of individuals who will receive the first batch of the vaccine. 2020 forced most of us to work from home at one time or another. While you lived on Zoom and bloopers, the fun moments were there for everyone to see on TV, Marie.
News 3's Reed Cowan joins us from one of thousands of TV anchor home studios where it was a test of endurance. Reed?
I'll tell you what, guys, when the pandemic hit and we had to start delivering the news from home, we had to deal with all kinds of things. Things like turning on the lights, making sure all of the cables were okay. Just a, whoa. Well, hold on 1 second. And trust me, all kinds of winging it to bring you the news from home.
You know, for years, viewers have always told us, be more real on TV.
What did you do, Mom? Dad, holy crap!
Show us, you've told us, how you really live.
Yesterday, where we had sunshine and temperatures. Oh, hi, honey.
This is just one of those scandals.
And what will it mean for the wider region? I think one of your children has just walked in.
So 2020 gave you at home ample chances to laugh at the guys and gals who light up the airways every night to bring you the news, this time from home.
So make sure you get outside if you can. It'll help all of our moves.
Yes. Up and it's down, okay? I love it. Hi, Bernie. These are the trials and tribulations of doing your forecast from home.
We tried. We really tried. Chloe Beardsley tried.
Does anything feel like it's normal, though?
For weeks, she tried. Finding a new normal on TV as dog Misty appeared nonplussed with the news. Wake up, Misty. Heather Mills tried.
I want everyone to remember this face, this sleeping dog.
Our News 3 dogs, it seems, would not cooperate.
Will you please tell Mr. Bean that it is a family show? And quite honestly, on a Friday afternoon, we're a little concerned about what's going on over there.
Sorry, guys. Mr. Bean was bored. Bored, kind of like Jim Snyder.
You look great, Snyder. In consumer news.
And you know what this newscast needs? Jim, how many dogs do you have?
In truth, none of us were bored. In fact, we were on our toes. We just had to learn to anchor with those tech issues and those darn delays.
Guys, obviously I didn't know I was on. We had a tech issue.
And how did we deal with it? We laughed, trying to remember 2020 would soon pass.
I'm just glad the tie was the only thing I was adjusting.
You were just doing this, nothing else.
It's one way to get some national exposure.
Exposure.
Or exposure of any kind for that
Bad word, Janison. Bad word.
2020, not a bowl of cherries, as we look to 2021 to bring us something that feels and tastes better.
They had me at Chocolate University. Hey, who said you could have ice cream? Show's done. Nightly News is next.
All right, and yes, peeling back the curtain when I anchored from home all of those months ago, yes, there were dirty dishes in the sink amidst the cables and the tripods and all of that. All right, so we do want to thank you at News 3 for being so patient with all of us in 2020 while we figured all of this technical stuff out. And we want to let you know in 2021, we are going to pay you back. How? Watch this, the 2021 Tokyo Olympic Summer Games right here on News 3 Las Vegas, where I will bring you live reports every day from Tokyo for a world that needs the message of the Olympic Games. The world needs the reminder that we can find the workarounds, we can do the hard things, and we can come out conqueror. And I will be live from Tokyo to bring you those amazing stories of championship and go Team USA in 2021. From my home on New Year's Eve and wishing you many happy returns, I'm Reed Cowan.
All right, Reed, thank you for that. Yeah, Marie, we've got a lot of things to look forward to in the new year, yes?
Yeah. Absolutely. You know, I have no problem with puppy cameos, to be honest.
I know. Well, for better or worse, you, the viewers, know us better than you ever did. And after this year, seeing all that, and as working from home, learning from home, and figuring out how to maneuver in a mask became commonplace, a lot of us just needed a distraction.
So, social media to the rescue. Here's our Latoya Silman with a look back at the viral moments that kept our minds off the virus, if only for a minute or two.
This is the new normal. Wacky acts of freedom were repurposed in 2020 or done alone. This first year of the new decade had everyone uneasy.
Oh, no, I ain't messing with you.
We had to learn to enjoy old things in new ways. And being stuck at home was not always a comfort.
You can't be destroying my life.
Though it was safer for us to remain inside, the human spirit came uncaged and fought our maladies with creativity, love, and in the case of one Norwegian man, 50 hours of nonstop Elvis karaoke. Toilet paper became a pop culture icon, missing from store shelves, but venerated in the form of tchotchkes, cake, and fine art. Months of isolation had some people literally climbing the walls like this Olympian. At one point, coronavirus concerns shut down every major sport, but it didn't stop the games. Yeah! One tennis champ kept his reflexes cooking with some frying pans and couch cushions. And a French player didn't seem to notice. And a popular Pittsburgh Penguin had to break a family rule. While a pro basketball player kept his calorie count up with marshmallows and a treadmill. People pursued personal best in their own backyards or online in the case of professional swim commentator Dan Hicks.
On our way to Olympic gold and gets it done at the wall at the last second.
Anyone in your quarantine circle could play.
I'm going to knock out my brother's tooth.
Some teammates had ulterior motives.
Did it come out? Yeah, it did!
Those who were alone in their bubble could play against the house like this Swiss skier. And that's where we are, reinventing normal and creating new traditions. It is uncertain what the next year will bring, but if 2020 has taught us anything, it's what we can bring to the next year. Cheers to the new year. LaToya Silman, News 3.
Hey everybody, this is the gazillionaire from Absinthe at Caesar's Palace, wishing you a happy new year. 2020 was a real dumpster fire. Let's hope that 2021 is something else.
All right, thank you, gazillionaire. And hey, we want you to check in with us as well. Show us how you're celebrating at home tonight. You can share your photos and videos with us on Facebook, Twitter, chime in. Just use the hashtag News3NYE.
Celebrate Las Vegas 2021 is sponsored by the Las Vegas Athletic Clubs. Join now and get your first month free.
Right now, we're in such a bad situation.
Schools have been shut down.
News 3 is honoring social distancing guidelines, so we're coming to you from my living room.
Many of you in our community continue to step up and help.
They were loading up the first vials of the vaccine.
Nevada's first COVID-19 vaccine doses have been delivered.
It's just important to remember that there's always going to be hope.
Hi, this is Wayne Newton, and let me say something you've never heard before. Happy New Year. Now, I know this last year has been a little weird for all of us, but next year's going to be better. So Happy New Year to you and your family.
Right back at you, Mr. Las Vegas. Now this is a show, Maria. We've got Wayne Newton on, and as we look forward to 2021, the entertainment capital of the world is ready for a major comeback.
Yeah, Donnie is ready to go solo. Usher's heading to town, and local performers cannot wait to take the stage. Here's our Heather Mills.
If Las Vegas has proven one thing, survival's based on change, and this city is constantly reinventing itself out of necessity, creativity, or now a pandemic. 2020 started out strong. The entertainment capital of the world capitalizing on headliners, their soaring popularity selling out shows. Shania Twain added more dates to her residency. So did Keith Urban, Carlos Santana, not to mention Garth Brooks selling out Allegiant Stadium 65,000 seats in 75 minutes. Even classic bands like Foreigner were drawn to the bright lights of Las Vegas. Why Vegas? Why now?
I think it was time. We had never done a residency before. And with us, you have to plan these things several years in advance.
What no one could have planned, though, a global pandemic. The Jonas Brothers pulling the plug on their newly announced residency before the governor even called to lower the curtains on everything March 17th. Kelly Clarkson followed suit. With everything on hold, the Strip was dark for the first time in its history. No shows, no entertainment. Then June arrived with a glimmer of hope. Casinos given the green light to reopen, and with it, venues that offered dining mixed with entertainment, like Rose Rabbit Lie and the Mayfair Supper Club. But it looked different.
Intimate cabaret-style entertainment. They're wearing masks unless they're singing.
Then the only new production to hit the Strip, Lake of Dreams at the Wynn, rolling out a $14 million upgrade and treating guests to a new animatronic light show in the fall.
Start spreading the news.
Allowing for more of that Vegas-y experience locals and tourists had been craving.
We wanted to, though, give Las Vegas, give our local guests, give our guests who come from out of town something new and special in this very difficult time.
Slowly, Vegas was coming back. Working with COVID caps for social distancing, some, like Extravaganza, the Vegas Spectacular, found a way, proving the show must go on, even with reduced capacity. Others opened, then ultimately had to hit pause once again when the governor extended the capacity limits through January 2021. Absent, like others, making the tough call to shelf the show for now.
The 50 cap that's put on entertainment, live entertainment, just doesn't make it work. It means we can't sell enough tickets to anywhere near cover our costs. So we were left with the decision right before the holidays to basically go back into furlough mode.
Still, the restrictions proved too much for some to ever return. Cirque du Soleil announced the permanent closure of Zumanity after 17 years on the Strip. And Human Nature also closed up shop for good. As entertainers, lighting experts, stagehands, and designers all wait to return, others have announced big plans for 2021, including Usher, who's coming in July for a limited residency, and Donny Osmond, who's announced the first solo residency of his career, kicking off in August.
To bring some life and light back into this great city that's been so good to me over the years. We are Vegas strong, and we're coming back.
But we love Vegas. We're going to be in Vegas next year. Look, you know, the great thing is there's a lot of good news out there now as well. And with vaccines arriving in Vegas, you know, we've got reason to be optimistic about 2021.
As for when other artists will return, all bets are off. It depends on capacity restrictions and COVID regulations. But one thing is certain, the stage is set for a triumphant comeback. I'm Heather Mills.
All right, and if you're looking to kick up your party at home a notch or two, we're told this drink will do the trick. Marie, it's called the French 75.
Richard Cuevas, the director of beverage at Treasure Island's Phil's Italian Steakhouse, shows you how to shake it up.
French 75 is an easy cocktail to make using gin, simple syrup, lemon, champagne, and a lemon twist. So we're using Empress Gin, 1.5 ounces Empress Gin. Half ounce of simple syrup, 3/4 ounces of lemon juice, give it a quick shake, on in, fill it with dry champagne. Garnish the fresh lemon twist right on top. Perfect. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Well, you can find more cocktail recipes from bars and restaurants all across the valley that you can make with what you have right at home. Just head over to news3lv.com and search for the recipes in the alert bar at the top of our homepage, and then snap a pic. Be sure to share your creations with us using the hashtag News3NYE.
Hi, I'm Donny Osmond, and I want to wish you a very happy 2021. It's going to be an amazing year, much better than 2020. We're going to put that one in hindsight. Happy New Year.
Celebrate Las Vegas 2021 is sponsored by the Las Vegas Athletic Clubs. Join now and get your first month free.
everyone, this is Steve Sisolak, Governor of the great state of Nevada. This New Year's Eve, I'm thankful for our healthcare workers and for their relentless effort in ensuring that they continue to give the best care possible to those that need it the most. I'm grateful for the thousands of Nevada National Guard's airmen and soldiers, many of whom have tirelessly supported the fight against this pandemic in order to keep us safe. I'm appreciative of all the Nevadans who stepped up during this time to help one protect our state and one another. And now more than ever, we must remain vigilant. Simple contributions such as wearing a mask, maintaining social distancing, and avoiding large gatherings go a long way in continuing to keep your fellow Nevadans and your loved ones safe. As we wrap up this new year, please know that hope is on the horizon. Like I have mentioned before, we are closer to the end than we are to the beginning. I look forward to the coming year, and I look forward to us to continue to work together to be able to make it safely to the other side of this bridge. From my family to yours, have a safe and healthy new year. Thank you.
And we appreciate the governor spending some of his time with us. Of course, 2021 will also bring a new president to the White House. And Marie, a lot of political changes here locally.
Yeah, well, let's talk about 2020. In 2020, big election challenges went to court and khakis became a thing. Here's Kim and Dana Wagner.
When you talk about the top political stories of 2020, the presidential race and Nevada are linked.
We're a swing state. As a result, there was a big fight to earn our 6 electoral college votes.
So in the end, Joe Biden won Nevada by more than 33,000 votes. The president-elect will become our 46th president and the oldest ever inaugurated at the age of 78.
Biden's running mate, Kamala Harris, becoming the first woman and person of color ever elected vice president. So she's making history, too.
Nevada's Republican Secretary of State Barbara Sagavsky says it was a fair election, no widespread fraud here in Nevada.
However, President Trump and his followers continue to contest the election results, filing several lawsuits. All have been dismissed, withdrawn, or denied.
And you just saw him, former Nevada Attorney General Adam Laxalt leading the fight for President Trump here in Nevada.
And he had the support of several people, including Rick Grinnell, that former acting director of National Intelligence. Well, Grinnell claimed there was widespread fraud here in Nevada.
NBC reporter Jacob Soboroff took him to task right here in Las Vegas.
Mr. Grinnell, former DNI Grinnell, acting DNI, where's the evidence of the fraud? You haven't presented any evidence of fraud.
Where's the evidence?
They've presented no evidence of fraud.
That all played out on live television. You heard Grinnell refer to the Clark County Registrar of Voters, Joe Gloria, who became a bit of a media star.
Did he ever? He held a daily news conference here in Southern Nevada to show that counting votes in Clark County is a fair and transparent process.
But not everyone believed him. Case in point, a man in a sleeveless T-shirt that claimed votes were being stolen from President Trump.
We are not prepared to give that number now.
The Biden crime family stealing the election. The media's covering it up. The Biden crime family stealing this election. The media's covering it up. The Biden crime family stealing this election. The media's covering it up. We want our freedom for the world. Give us our freedom, Joe Biden. Joe Biden's covering up this election. He's stealing it.
Where were we? Give you some new information.
Where were we? I think Joe Gloria handled it perfectly.
He ended up making the late night talk shows with that line. And Gloria and his staff had to work overtime to determine the outcome of the race when it comes to Clark County Commission District C.
So after the initial count of votes, former Secretary of State Ross Miller held a scant 10-vote margin over Las Vegas City Councilman Stavros Anthony.
And then after a recount, Miller's lead grew to 15 votes, meaning the son of former Governor of Nevada, Bob Miller, will get a seat on the Clark County Commission in his return to politics.
And I think, Kimberly, we would be remiss if we didn't point out another star of the election season, NBC's Steve Kornacki.
So we just got a big bunch of votes in Nevada, and you can see what they did. Joe Biden's lead, which sat at 11,000 the last time we checked in, statewide, has basically doubled.
And with that, Steve gained a new nickname, the Chart Throb, and sales of Kornacki khakis spiked at the Gap.
No doubt. So there are a few things to look forward to in 2021. 2 U.S. Senate races in Georgia on January the 5th will determine which party controls the United States States Senate.
And it is likely that President Trump and his followers will still be part of the picture in some form or fashion, even after Inauguration Day, which is January 20th.
So finally, we'd like to say have a safe and happy New Year.
And we will see you in 2021.
Hey, this is Matt Franco. Nice to see ya. And even though I'm a magician and not a psychic, I can tell you I've never been more sure that 2021 is going to be so much better than 2020. And I really hope I'm right about this. In fact, I'm confident that I am, because 2021 is going to bring amazing things. I can just feel it. Happy New Year to you, my friends. I hope this message reaches you safe and well.
Matt, thank you. If you want to send a message to the Las Vegas Valley, share your celebrations at home, do so by sending your photos and videos with us. You could do it on Facebook, Twitter, and chime in. Just use the hashtag News3NYE.
Live from the News 3 studios, this is Celebrate Las Vegas 2021, sponsored by the Las Vegas Athletic Clubs.
Hey guys, this is Marc-Andre Fleury. I just want to wish you all a happy new year and to all a healthy 2021.
And what a year for sports here in Las Vegas. Always nice to see Marc-Andre Fleury there. Legion Stadium, the construction continued through the pandemic. It opened, now home, of course, to the Las Vegas Raiders, who are now just one game away, Marie, from wrapping up their inaugural season.
Well, let's talk about the Vegas Golden Knights. They made it to the Stanley Cup Conference Finals, and the Henderson Silver Knights were also introduced.
And we can't forget the Las Vegas Aces. News 3 Sports Director Brian Salmon is here with a look at the year in sports from inside the Death Star.
What a year 2020 was, especially in the world of sports, right here in the new sports capital of Las Vegas. Why? Well, mainly because of one of the NFL's most iconic franchises, the Raiders, officially making its move to the desert. And that means the completion and opening of Las Vegas's $2 billion gym, Allegiant Stadium. But before we talk about the debut of the Death Star, September 21st, we must discuss the major sporting events that were and were not in 2020. What was? February 22nd, MGM Grand Garden Arena, Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury 2, a big-time heavyweight title fight, boxing, back in Las Vegas, an American champion, a British challenger, and it ended with a shocking KO by Fury. And financially, it culminated with a record-breaking gate, pulling in over $16.9 million, the most in heavyweight championship history in the state of Nevada. March 3rd, T-Mobile Arena, the last time the Golden Knights played and won a game in the Fortress. It was an exciting 3-0 dub over the New Jersey Devils. It was also new goalie sensation Robin Leonard's first career shutout with the VGK. Great commitment. And lastly, what was in BC? Of course, that's before coronavirus. UFC 248, March 7th at T-Mobile Arena, headlined by Adesanya Romero, but outshined by Wiley Zhang and Joanna Jacek's strawweight title fight, which was unquestionably the fight of the year and an instant classic. Almost like they knew that this was the last time in 2020 that 15,000 fans, or any fans, would attend a combat sporting event in the fight capital of the world. NCAA Conference Tournament, the Pac-12, the WAC, canceled March 12th. Our Vegas Golden Knights and the NHL season paused as well. Our Las Vegas Aviators' second baseball season inside their beautiful Las Vegas ballpark shut down. An entire season's worth of revenue gone. And the most highly anticipated sporting event shut down April 23rd through the 25th, the 2020 NFL Draft, which was supposed to be a celebration of the NFL coming to the desert, but it ended up being an example of what was to come. But fortunately, this global pandemic couldn't stop our country's, our city's thirst for sports. May 28th, VGK owner Bill Foley announces the birth of the Henderson Silver Knights. More hockey coming to Vegas in 2021. August 3rd, the NHL, our Golden Knights, make their triumphant return inside the NHL bubble in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Moving in, he scores! The VGK fought valiantly, but came up short, exiting the bubble after the conference finals. And as we come full circle, the Raiders did make their debut in Las Vegas, and so did Allegiant Stadium in spectacular fashion. Monday Night Football in front of an international audience, our Las Vegas Raiders beat down the highly favored New Orleans Saints 34-24. But unfortunately, it was without Raider Nation and owner Mark Davis in attendance.
Hey, of course, we can't forget about our Las Vegas Aces. They competed in the WNBA bubble in Florida, representing our city all the way to the finals. Asia Wilson brought home the league MVP, but our Aces couldn't bring home the championship. That went to Seattle.
Hey, Las Vegas. Asia Wilson here from the Las Vegas Aces. And one of my 2021 resolutions has to be I'm manifesting all championships to all of our sports teams, and also a little bit of normalcy so I can see everyone back in Mandalay Bay in the house cheering us on. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year back to Asia. All right, about 20 minutes away from finally closing the book on 2020. We want to see how you and your family are celebrating. You can send us your photos and videos through Facebook, Twitter, and chime in. If you use the hashtag News3NYE, we'll be able to find them.
Celebrate Las Vegas 2021 is sponsored by the Las Vegas Athletic Clubs. Join now and get your first month free.
Hey y'all, ex-country here at Harrah's. We want to wish you a happy and safe 2021. Yeah! Happy New Year!
Yeehaw, we're back. KJ normally parties down on Fremont Street on New Year's Eve with special guest Las Vegas Mayor Carolyn Goodman and her husband, former Mayor Oscar Goodman.
This year, they're opting for a quieter celebration to reflect on 2020 and look ahead to 2021. Take it away, Kevin.
This is a tradition.
It certainly is.
How many years have we been doing this?
Oh my gosh, I'm so young, but I think my older husband is telling us what's been how many years?
I don't know, trophy wife. I would say, I think it's 21 years with Kevin.
Were there any highlights from 2020?
Oh, from 2020?
Yeah.
The first 2 months were outstanding. We were on a trajectory that was so high, I didn't even know where we were going to be. It was so positive. The rest of 2020 has been something else, I'll tell you.
Is there anything the mayor would have done differently?
Oh, absolutely. I would have spoken loud. The cure has been worse than the disease. We have so many people that are absolutely losing everything they have. And so my thought had been from the beginning, control it. People who are sick, stay home. Otherwise, wear masks, do your distancing. But this has just been devastating.
What do you see for Las Vegas in 2021?
Oh, I see. Once we have this under control and we have the preventative piece, I see everything coming back just more aggressively and more popularly, if there is such a word, than ever before. I want to see a ball game out at Allegiant Stadium. I want to see all our people back at work. I want to see visitors coming here. I want us to do all these wonderful and new things. I want to see all of our hotels, especially in downtown, packed to the gills. And I said it in March. I was interviewed, unfortunately, by a different station. And I said, right in the mid of March, what do you see? I said, until there is a vaccine, we're going to be fighting this. This is a battle. There's no question about it. But I do believe the day will be here. We do nothing but beat the odds in Vegas, and we are a strong people.
Now, Oscar, I only learned things when I talk to you, so...
Well, I think you learned an awful lot. You may not have liked what you heard.
No, that's not true.
You learned an awful lot.
Last year on Fremont Street, you told me on live television that you thought we'd get an NBA team within 2 years. I've heard in about 3 years. Is that accurate?
I would say closer, yes.
Do you still feel that way?
Very possible. I know that Carolyn has been in contact with Adam Silver, and there's no question that last week, and there's no question that they're talking about potential expansion. He loves Las Vegas. We've proven ourselves as far as the Summer League is concerned. We have the Aces here. We prove ourselves as far as they're concerned. We have a history of great basketball in the Tarkanian tradition, so there's no reason that we shouldn't get the franchise.
What else can you tell me that the mayor won't?
Mayor tells it the way it is.
What's going on? What can we know about things that are in the pipeline that she won't tell us?
You know, I'm like a fly on the wall. I try to overhear her, but she's beginning to whisper around me. It's either that or it's old age. I'm not sure.
And wait a minute. I feed you every night. Home-cooked dinner that I do every night of my life.
What are you drinking there?
This is never had this in my life. I wouldn't drink this nonsense. Give me a good martini, and that's what I like. I like my Bombay Sapphire. If I had somebody to throw this at, I'd throw it at him. And not you, sweetheart.
What's going on, Las Vegas? Alex from the cast of Australia's Thunder from Down Under at Excalibur Hotel and Casino, here to wish you a massive Happy New Year. We can't wait to see all the faces coming through the doors in 2021.
Until that show returns, we have this show, and you can take part in the fun. Show us how you are celebrating there at home. Share your photos and videos with us. A couple of ways you can do it: Facebook, Twitter, and chime in. Just make sure you use that hashtag News3NYE.
Hi everyone, Xavier Mortimer here, wishing you a happy new year. Hopefully, a year where we can bring you back the magic on stage in Las Vegas. Cheers.
You gotta love that. And yeah, that's the hope for all of us, because so many jobs are tied to it. The local economy, the tourism economy, really been hit hard by the coronavirus pandemic. But that does not mean that growth came to a halt.
Tom Hawley looks at how even in 2020, Las Vegas has been moving forward as the entertainment capital of the world.
The one constant over the 9 decades since gaming was legalized in Nevada has been change. In the resort quarter, developers have constantly been striving to outdo one another in an effort to attract visitors.
Las Vegas' famous Strip is world-renowned for its hotels and motels, where the vacationer can spend many interesting hours, even days, browsing through well-appointed shops.
Just about all of those properties have been demolished to make way for ever grander resorts, including the Thunderbird, which today is the site of the Fontainebleau project, dormant since the Great Recession. 2020 began with the announcement that it would finally move forward as the Drew.
We've just finished the model room, so we're going to build out all the rooms. All those 4,000 rooms are going to begin, plus the pool deck, plus the podium where the casino is, in the next 90 days.
During those 90 days, the pandemic hit and plans were put on hold. But across the street, Resorts World is nearing completion.
We slowed down a little bit, never came to a stop, but now we're back to full momentum. This week alone, we have almost 3,500 construction workers on the site.
And a half mile away on Paradise, big changes wrapping up at what has been a major draw for business since it opened in 1959.
This multi-million-dollar structure stands as a symbol of the stature of Las Vegas as a major national and international convention site.
The $890 million West Hall expansion and underground people mover are both planned to be ready next month, though it will be at least spring until either sees use. Meanwhile, the MSG Sphere concert facility is taking shape for 2022, and Allegiant Stadium is now the home of the Raiders, albeit with no fans yet. And visitors have always been flocking to downtown.
This is what they came to see. This is Fremont Street, called by many Glitter Gulch,
where today you find the only mega resort to actually open in 2020, the Circa, with its unique stadium swim entertainment venue. Even during the pandemic, the idea is the same as it's always been: build it and they will come.
Cost value of it, the fact that you can do more things here in Las Vegas and have more fun for less dollars than any other city in the country, that's been the key to the success.
Now, as what everyone agrees was a terrible year comes to a close, we look ahead to continuing a tradition of growth as the entertainment capital of the world.
Yes, indeed. Nighttime is really fun time in fabulous Las Vegas.
Nighttime is fun time, and that's exactly what we're doing tonight. And as we get closer to closing the curtain on 2020, finally, sometimes it seemed like the year would never end, let's turn our attention to what's touted as one of the best drinks you can get in this town. Here's Hector Gizmundo from Sierra Gold Aliante, part of the PT family.
I'm going to ring you up in the new year with the Golden Celebration. Now we're going to add up 2 ounces of rum, 1/4 ounce of Grand Marnier, and a homemade ginger and cinnamon syrup. All you have to do is boiled down ginger, cinnamon, and sugar with water, and a little bit of lemon juice. Tip it all up. Add the most important part, which is our champagne. Put it in your champagne flute. Pour it up. With a little bit of lemon twist. And enjoy. Happy New Year, you guys.
Oh, thank you for that. Well, you can find more cocktail recipes from bars and restaurants all across the valley. Just head over to news3lv.com and search for those recipes. And if you're whipping one of those drinks up, be sure to share your creations with us using the hashtag News3NYE.
Hey, everybody, this is Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys, and I just want to wish everybody a happy 2021, happy New Year's Eve. And I'm sure everyone is as excited as I am about ringing in the new year. So this is going to be our year. And so God bless everybody and Happy New Year.
All right, thank you for that. And yeah, I think a lot of us are getting a little skittish after this year, making plans for the future with everything we've been through. But are you making any resolutions or maybe just setting some goals for the new year?
Well, here are some ideas to help you get started from the ladies of fantasy at Luxor.
Happy New Year's, Las Vegas. Isabella here from Fantasy at the Luxor. And my 2021 New Year's resolution is to appreciate everything I have in the moment.
Happy New Year. I'm Geraldine from Fantasy. My New Year resolution for 2021 would be to support my fellow performers even more.
Hola everybody, my name is Jessie from the show Fantasy at Luxor. Some of my New Year resolutions are to stay positive throughout the year, stay productive and active.
All right, so you just have a few minutes left in 2020. What are your goals for 2021?
Here's our Alexis Gorey to help you get started.
3, 2, 1.
I told myself I'm still going to get out and I'm going to try to visit more places local in the United States this year. And I'm going to try to cut back on how much Coca-Cola I drink.
For Los Ellis from Ohio, his New Year's resolution fell short in 2020. A dream to travel a globe shut down by the spread of a deadly virus. Still, his vision tunnels to the future.
As long as we have something to look forward to and to work towards, I think it makes it better for us to have goals.
I think it's always positive to have positive thoughts and dreams of what you want.
Yeah, it still gives you hope. UNLV professor of psychology Stephen Benning agrees.
It can be a good idea to make a New Year's resolution even during the course of a pandemic.
He says new goals help you gain control. Just make sure they're specific, measurable to achieve, and relevant in a timely manner.
But if it's so vague as to not even be measurable, it's also not a goal that's going to be terribly motivating.
Leading many to believe they're not the resolution type.
I'm not, because I usually don't keep them.
And I'm not either, because it's too easy to break them.
Others challenged by things out of their control.
I'm kind of tied between the COVID thing making me not really want to make any resolutions, because it's almost like a struggle every day. So survival, I think, is more important than a resolution.
Benning understands but suggests a change in mindset or environment.
Taking this mindset of exploration and experimentation rather than an all or nothing thought pattern can help people maintain their goals.
And it's that mindset that has some looking to 2021 as a clean slate.
I just want to live on and be healthy
and happy.
For a new future, for a new start.
In Las Vegas, Alexis Gorey, News 3.
Hey everybody, it's Brad Garrett wishing you a very happy and healthy New Year.
Hello, Terry Fader and Winston the impersonating turtle here, wishing everyone a happy New Year. Hey, what's your resolution for 2021? Me and Terry and all the other folks in Vegas promise to give you the best time of your life in 2021. So come to Las Vegas. I love that. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. We love you.
Right back at you, and yeah, just moments away from the countdown now, Marie. We get to finally say welcome to 2021. And we do want to thank you for sharing your New Year's Eve with us tonight.
All right, we want to thank you at home for being part of our News 3 family. And as we take you to fireworks from years past, a special shout out to everyone here at News 3 who keeps the operation up and running 24/7.
That's one of the most amazing things about this year is the way our team and so many of you out there figured out a way to do it a whole new way. Now we'll count down to the new year.
3, 2, 1. Happy New Year.